This is a video response to Angelasbrandnewbag and Ericksrandomworld. They want to know if you've ever had any paranormal experiences as part of their subs contest. Well, I have, and I thought I would tell it by candlelight. As a kid, our Boy Scout troop would go on campouts, and one of our favorite spots was Skunk Cabbage. I lived in California, and in the San Bernardino Mountains, and there's a trail along Devil's Slide. There's a little valley called Skunk Cabbage. We'd camp there before heading up to the peak, Tockwitz Peak. So, one of our favorite things to do as a Boy Scout, we would take night hikes, but you weren't allowed to use your flashlight. We had to use the light of the moon. So we're hiking along, and we found a group of Girl Scouts camping, and so we were throwing pebbles against their tent, and kind of scaring them a little bit, making animal noises. What we didn't know is the leader talked to our leader, and so our leader knew that there's a Girl Scout camping. They didn't let us know, obviously, because we probably would have gone and did what we did instead of stumbling upon them. But the Girl Scout leader, she was on to us, and she told us to get out. So with our fun spoiled, we left. So as we're hiking, we saw this big bright light coming down. And then it hovered. Well, it disappeared behind the tree, so we ran. Well, we walked really fast. We really can't run without flashlights at night, so we walked really fast over to a clearing to where we can see better. And this light, it came down and it hovered above the ground. I would say about 300 yards away. The pine trees, the Douglas fir, they can move back and forth without breaking a lot. I mean, they can almost bend in half without breaking. They were whipping back and forth, bending a lot. So there's a lot of wind being generated, but there is no sound whatsoever. We couldn't hear a thing. So it came down and hovered. And a few of the Boy Scouts, they ran. They were scared. But a few of us, we stopped, and we watched for a long time. We watched it go down and hover, and stayed pretty close to the ground for about 15 minutes. Then it rose back up slowly and disappeared behind the trees. And we found our way back to the camp and told our Boy Scout leader. He didn't believe us. We thought we were just messing around, but the other Boy Scouts hadn't come back. The ones that left before us, they had gotten lost. So we sat by the fire for a couple hours, and they had come back after a while. Found their way back to the camp. Still scared to death. So we sat around the campfire another couple hours and talked about what we saw. And none of us could explain it. thought maybe a helicopter, but like I said, there's no sound whatsoever. Then, when we got back to the little town there, Idlewild, we talked to the park ranger there, and we told them about our experience. And they said they actually had a helicopter rescue. A boy had tripped and fallen into the fire, and he pointed out to where it was on the map. But where he pointed to was on the opposite end of Skunk Cabbage. It was on the Palm Springs side, about 2 to 3 miles away. That was not the helicopter we saw. So, I still believe to this day that we saw a UFO. Alright, Angelasbrandnewbag and Ericksrandomworld, congratulations on your subs. And, talk to you later.